Practice set 2.2 is continued and problem set 2, 1, 2, 3. Now see, practice set 2.2, sixth problem. A transversal EF of line AB and line CD intersects the lines at points P and Q respectively. Ray PR and ray QS are parallel and bisectors of angle BPQ and PQC respectively. Look at the figure. We have to prove line AB is parallel to line CD. So what is given? You have to write. Then see, alternate angles RPQ and PQS are alternate angles. So they are congruent. So measure of angle RPQ is equal to measure of angle PQS. Take it to be first equation. Now let us discuss about angle RPQ and angle PQS. Angle RPQ is half of which angle? Half of angle BPQ. Look at the figure. Because ray PR is the bisector of angle BPQ. Angle bisectors divide the angle into two equal parts. So measure of angle RPQ is half of measure of angle BPQ. Take it to be the second equation. You have to write the reason there. Ray PR is the angle bisector of angle BPQ. Now let us discuss about angle PQS. Angle PQS will be half of angle, look at the figure, PQC. Write the reason. Ray QS bisects angle PQC. Take it to be third equation. Now let us compare equations 1, 2 and 3. Look at equation 1, equation 2 and equation 3. Now substitute what is there in equation 2 and 3 in equation 1. So equation 1 becomes half of measure of angle BPQ is equal to half of measure of angle PQC. Now from 1, 2 and 3 we get half of measure of angle BPQ is equal to half of measure of angle PQC. Write the reason from equations 1, 2 and 3. Now half and half will get cancelled because multiplying throughout by 2 will eliminate that half on both the sides. So you'll get measure of angle BPQ is equal to measure of angle PQC. Even you can write the reason multiplying by 2 on both the sides. Now since the measures of angles are equal, the angles are congruent. So angle BPQ is congruent to angle PQC. Now these two are alternate angles. Look at the figure, you can see. These two angles are alternate angles. So line AB is parallel to line CD by alternate angles test. By alternate angles test for parallel lines. Hence we prove that line AB is parallel to line CD. You have to write one more line like that. Hence we prove that line AB is parallel to line CD. Now coming to problem set 2, first question. Select the correct alternative and fill in the blanks in the following statements. So the first one, if a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then the sum of interior angles on the same side of the transversal is dash. If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then the sum of interior angles on the same side of the transversal is 180 degrees. That is given as C here. 180 degrees will be the answer. So you have to write the statement and fill in the blanks. Now see the next one. The number of angles formed by a transversal of two lines is dash. I have taught you there are 8 angles formed by a transversal of two lines. So answer is C8. Third one. A transversal intersects two parallel lines. If the measure of one of the angles is 40 degrees, then the measure of its corresponding angle is dash. Corresponding angles measures asked. They are equal. So answer will be A, which is 40 degrees. So the fourth one. In triangle ABC, measure of angle A is equal to 76 degrees. Measure of angle B is equal to 48 degrees. Therefore, we have to find measure of angle C. You know the sum of the measures of the angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So first add measures of angle A and angle B and then subtract it from 180 degrees. So you will get the answer as 56 degrees. That is B. Add 76 degrees and 48 degrees, you will get 124 degrees. Then you will be subtracting it from 180 degrees. So 180, when you subtract 124 from 180, you will get 56 degrees as the answer. Because the sum of the measures of the angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. The third angle's measure is asked. So you have to add the measures of the first two angles and subtract from 180 degrees. Then you will get the measure of the third angle. Measure of angle A is equal to 76 degrees. Measure of angle B is equal to 48 degrees. Therefore, measure of angle C becomes 180 degrees minus 76 plus 48, that is 124. 180 minus 124, which is otherwise equal to 56 degrees. You have to remember this property. In a triangle, the sum of the measures of all the angles will be 180 degrees. So if you want to find the measure of the third angle, then you have to add the measures of the first two angles and subtract from 180 degrees. Here you get the answer as 56 degrees. See the next question. Two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal. If the measure of one of the angles in the pair of alternate interior angles is 75 degrees, then the measure of the other angle is dash. Alternate interior angles. There are two types of alternate angles. One is alternate exterior angles. Then we have alternate interior angles. Now we are considering alternate interior angles. The alternate interior angles are having same measure. So when one measure is given as 75 degrees, the other one also will become 75 degrees. Now coming to the next question. Ray PQ and ray P are perpendicular to each other. So you are going to draw the figure. You are going to draw ray PQ and ray PR perpendicular to each other first. Ray PQ and ray PR are perpendicular to each other. For both the rays, the starting point is P. So mark P in the vertex of the angle. Then Q will be on one end and R will be on the other end. So I have drawn ray PQ and ray PR perpendicular to each other. After drawing this, points B and A are in the interior and exterior of angle QPR respectively. That means point B is in the interior of angle QPR and point A is to be taken in the exterior of angle QPR. So let us take point B in the interior of angle QPR and draw ray PB. Also, we have to see that ray PB and ray PA are perpendicular to each other. So first we'll draw ray PB. You have to see that point B is in the interior of angle QPR. Then we have to draw ray PA. When you draw ray PA, you have to see that A is in the exterior of angle QPR. And also you have to see that ray PB and ray PA are perpendicular to each other. That means measure of angle BPA should be 90 degrees. So all these you have to keep in mind. When you are drawing ray PA, you have to keep in mind that A should be in the exterior of angle QPR. Then ray PB and ray PA should be perpendicular to each other. That means measure of angle BPA should be 90 degrees. Now after drawing the figure showing all these rays, we have to write a pair of complementary angles, a pair of supplementary angles, and a pair of congruent angles. In the figure, you have to show that measure of angle BPA is 90 degrees. Show that also on the figure. See how to show measure of angle BPA on the figure. You have to draw like this, the right angle. Can you see two right angles there? One is measure of angle QPR and the other one is measure of angle BPA. Now write a pair of complementary angles. You know the definition of complementary angles? The sum of the measures of these two angles should be 90 degrees. So here there are two possibilities. First, if you take, see, measure of angle QPR is 90 degrees. So it is split into two angles. So measure of angle QPB and measure of angle BPR. If you add, it will become 90 degrees. So we can take a pair of complementary angles to be angle QPB and angle BPR. So the first answer will be angle QPB and angle BPR. There is another possibility also of complementary angles. You have measure of angle BPA also to be 90 degrees. So in that case you will get angle BPR and angle RPA to be complementary angles because the sum of the measures of those two angles is 90 degrees. You can write only one pair of complementary angles is asked. You can write any one of these two pairs. I am giving two pairs. One pair is angle QPB and angle BPR. This is one pair. The other pair is angle BPR and angle RPA. Now let us see the next one. A pair of supplementary angles. So in this case, the sum of the measures of the two angles should be 180 degrees. So here you will get the pair to be angle QPR and angle BPA. Because separately if you see the measure of angle QPR is 90 degrees and measure of angle BPA is also 90 degrees. So their sum will become 180 degrees. So the pair of supplementary angles is angle QPR and angle BPA. Now see the next one. A pair of congruent angles. Here there are two answers. The first pair can be angle QPR and angle BPA because each is of 90 degrees. You can look at the figure. Measure of angle QPR is 90 degrees and measure of angle BPA is also 90 degrees. So they can be congruent angles because their measures are equal. So angle QPR and angle BPA is the first pair of congruent angles to be written. Look at the figure properly and name the angles. Angle QPR and angle BPA. Angle QPR and angle BPA. The other pair will be angle QPB and angle RPA. Suppose if you take measure of angle BPR to be some theta degrees. You take measure of angle BPR to be some theta. Okay. Some measure you can take. Let us name it as theta. So if you are considering measure of angle BPR as theta, then what will be measure of angle QPB? It will be 90 minus theta because measure of angle QPR is 90 degrees. So the remaining angle will be measure of angle QPB, which is otherwise 90 minus theta. Similarly, if you consider angle BPA, it is 90 degrees. So the remaining angle of measure of RPA will be 90 minus theta because part of it is theta. So subtract from 90 degrees, you will get 90 minus theta. Measure of angle BPR is taken as theta. But you know measure of angle BPA is 90 degrees. So RPA will be part of the angle BPA. So it will be 90 minus theta. So here we are getting measure of angle QPB and measure of angle RPA to be congruent angles because they have the equal measure 90 minus theta. Now coming to the third one. What is given? Line AB is parallel to line CD. Line EH is a transversal intersecting lines AB and CD in points F and G respectively. Line EH is perpendicular to line AB. This is also given. We have to prove that the same line EH is also perpendicular to line CD. Because we have to prove that if a line is perpendicular to one of the two parallel lines, then it is perpendicular to the other line also. We have taken the parallel lines to be line AB and line CD. You are given line EH is parallel to line AB. We have to prove line EH is also parallel to line CD. Line EH is perpendicular to line AB is given. Look at the figure. Therefore, what is given has to be shown on the figure. So, it is marked to be a right angle on the figure. Measure of angle EFB is equal to 90 degrees. Take it as some equation number 1. Now, line AB is parallel to line CD and line EH is the transversal. Look at the figure. We have the corresponding angles. Angle EFB and angle FGD. So angle EFB is congruent to angle FGD. You write the reason as corresponding angles. When the angles are congruent, their measures are equal. So we can write measure of angle EFB is equal to measure of angle FGD. Now look at equation 1. Measure of angle EFB is 90 degrees. So pick up that and substitute over here. You will get measure of angle FGD is equal to 90 degrees. Therefore, line EH is perpendicular to line CD. Now you have to write the final statement like this. Hence we prove that if a line is perpendicular to one of the two parallel lines, then it is perpendicular to the other line also. Once again I am repeating. Hence, if a line is perpendicular to one of the two parallel lines, then it is perpendicular to the other line also. Hence, we are proving this theorem. The final statement has to be written. See the format, how it is written.